We look at the Leone Stars exit now the Nations Cup and the way forward for the national team as the 2023 Nations Cup campaign they start just now. Well, the national football team Leone Stars now one and the teams them we been they take part now the ongoing Nations Cup we now among the 32 countries them we they take part. But Salone been be one of the 16 countries them we come out of this Nations Cup now the knockout now the first round of the tournaments. Well, the team don't come back, waiting the future hold for the team and waiting at some of the arrangement them for the team. We get inside the studio the Minister of Sports, Ibrahim Yalenke. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, Radio D. Good morning to my people.
And also get inside the program the President for the Salone Footballer Association, Thomas Daddy Brima. Good morning and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salone.
Good morning, fellow Sierra Leoneans.
Yes, as when I get from we headline and we don't tell we listeners, when I dey inside the studio for can talk about the way forward for the national football team and the exit of the team. I start with you, the Minister of Sports. Let we start with the participation of the team into the Nations Cup. As the Minister of Sports, how you can describe them?
Thank you very much. First and foremost, before I say anything, I must register my thanks and appreciation to His Excellency the President for the support we throw behind. We, from the day we will begin the seek for this qualification, say we don't go up on this competition, we don't come. Support all we throw to we na the football family, they tell them boku thank you, and we want to encourage every Sierra Leonean for continue for support the national team like what we see so, because now the only thing this we can use for unite a nation. Thank you very much. We go on to the Nations Cup, of course, after 25 years. I think say another experience. We don't go compete. Of course, we don't we exit because we're not able to make them up to the round of 16. But as a government, we get the mandate, the responsibility for make sure say we support all sporting disciplines in Sierra Leone, especially what we do so with regards to football. We don't go, we don't come. We, as a government, we always there for provide finances for make sure say we give all athletes and waiting due them and the technical team, we govern them. So I think say we still there on track as a government. We still are committed, we still dedicated for make sure say for any discipline we qualify for any international discipline, we as a government ready for come inside full and support them. So we go on yonder, I think say another experience where we go can begin, discuss them later because we go learn a lot of things, challenges of course. We get for Candy. So far so good, I think say more of experience we go get than waiting me be the expect as a Minister of Sports.
Mr. Minister, Leone Stars participating at the AFCON. Now one of the things we after a long while is many people say be able to unite all Salone people because even the way they back home now I wanna be opportune for Ghana, Cameroon for cheer the boys, then cheer them from afar. They with them in spirit and everything. And before the preparation, we don't they host to Nanaya and in various public statements them, you don't they talk about government commitment for ensure say they encourage the boys them. Now they don't go represent Salone, they don't expose the green, white and blue. How una go make sure say as a government una continue with this commitment, una don't make for support the national team?
Of course, Naramik, if you follow President in tweet, even state and say, as a government, and go continue for make sure say it support sport, it make sure say sport develop in Sierra Leone. This, I don't know if anybody can contest them. In fact, this government don't do a lot, don't do very, very well in supporting all sporting disciplines, especially this football, where they eat the junk of the money where they can allocate to the National Sport Authority. We are dedicated, we are committed. Khadija, we don't go, we don't come. I think we get for go to the drawing board. That's not the responsibility more of the FA because now then they for prepare. Now then we as a government we na finance with the GI. Okay. We dole out finances to all federations them. You get the federations the responsibility for prepare the team. Now then they form the strategic map of how the team for go, the training session, how they go about them. As a government, we are always ready. We will always prepare for make sure we do the needful for let we get success inside we own sporting family.
President for the Salone Football Association, Thomas Daddy Brima. Daddy Brima, welcome again to the program. Good morning, Salone.
Good morning.
And I'll ask the Minister of Sports how he feel as a Minister of Sports for left Leone Stars go participate in the Nations Cup. As the FA President under U10 or after 25 years Nations Cup play, wouldn't have been the feeling at that moment?
Well, it's a good feeling, but before I go to how I feel, I must use this opportunity for say thank you to His Excellency the President of this country. It make them possible. It make them easy. It make them colorful for to go out there and showcase within Sierra Leoneans and capable for do. Again, I will say thank you to the Ministry of Sport. I will say thank you to the NSA, the National Sport Authority. I will say thank you to the people of Sierra Leone because we supported lustfully in Cameroon. On behalf of the FA, we grateful, we are happy, we felt proud for being in Cameroon, for sure within Sierra Leone football they're about. Yes, we don't exit, but it was a heroic exit. All who watch we play, people and non they send congratulatory messages. It's not easy because maybe the FISI I go hit quarterfinal. But considering waiting I see the lessons we will learn, the things that we will need for do, there is hope. There is light behind the tunnel.
All right, so now don't come back na Salone with the boys them. You talk about things that we see and considering some of the things them where on as a FA need for do. Let we go back and talk about some of the issues them where be arise na Cameroon the owner they prepare the team for take part in various games them. The issues of organizing the team together na be one we they come out strongly say be lacking. As a FA now una don't come, how na go ensure say una focus on that aspects there?
Well, I know to understand we you see putting the team together. We had the team we left with a 50-man delegation, and then we get the supporters. People enough forget say we been get over 267 Sierra Leoneans them na Cameroon. And the practice na this part na Salone, who side the team the everybody ki one day. Unlike other countries, we then team the day na secluded areas. And because of that, at times it will get chaotic. But me not look like I say forget the team together or the team inside and get problem. And again, I must hasten to say this. There are people in life, no matter what you do, then na halala no more than like.
Before
So my colleague they talk about the issue of planning, organizing not only the players but the entire delegations because concerns them we been the come out now the issue of the hotels and arrangements from Salone to Douala to Salone again to situations that issues come up where then say some people na one hotel then been lock them out for some time and later then been go arrange and go back. Wouldn't that be the arrangements and would that be the handling arrangements here inside Douala?
You see, thank you very much, Musa. And when you're in a hotel situation, you don't book for 7 days or you don't book for 5 days. After 5 days, you expect say the key in the lock. Automated systems. Not to person get for go locker. Now just that lack of exposure make people then begin make a whole lot of noise out of it. If I don't book hotel for 10 days, after the time we are for checkout, we reach the hotel the rooms they lock. And therefore, when the hotel rooms lock, then people don't know say we don't exit, then mean they wait for law we renegotiate. And then Sport Plus we will hire had to go back in there and negotiate, not to one hotel with you, for God's sake. So by the time you go to this hotel, go to this hotel, go to this hotel, Sierra Leone people, as usual, the one that we see, they for use them for blackmail or for make fun out of which you go by, took to social media. That was the exact situation we had.
Would I be there in charge of the coordinations?
We hired a consultant, Spot Plus, and in my view, they did a very good job. You cannot be 100%. Can you imagine, Musa, if we be fly command na Sierra Leone, or reach Nadwala, now that time we for go begin look for hotels. How before don't they?
So you say una hire a consultant as a president of the FA, and now you dey give account to salon people, and because na taxpayer money una use for go na Cameroon, una really satisfied with the job with this consultants do? Because if proper planning or structures be there in place, not for your such complaints we been there all over from Sierra Leoneans them we go Cameroon for go support the team.
Well, you cannot be 100%, but if I am to answer to your question, if we satisfy, I will tell you, say yes, I'm satisfied, because me understand the implications of what may happen. I have just said, regardless of what you do, there are people they will then not noise no more than like for make, then just like for be seen or heard. So if we go from the first day we will land, they took us to different hotels, we get accommodation, we will reach, we'll give small money in our people in pockets, because me, I said it here, the same Sawa Sidom, Nadia be Sidom, I talk say Cameroon, very expensive. So possibly they go, we then give you small thing in your pocket, you get for eat them, small. We after that we arrange food. Everybody they get, if you they night hotel, you they get something for it. Then we don't know again waiting at the problem. People then also have to understand that after we left your country, we left your home, that kind of comfort we they get now your home. Not to you they expect to forget another country, now other person country immediately. You get for settle down naturally. It's like that.
Mr. Brema, coming back into the issues of the hotel, the FA or the organizer be don't know say people get for stay back a day or two immediately after the final game where Leone Star been play, we exit them out of the tournament. Why proper arrangements not be done make for additional days rather than the people that will be there at the hotel check in for go inside the rooms them, the hotel management tell them say una no go enter pass una do payment.
How will you know that? Na competition will go play. We are playing this tournament. Our last game was this day. Before that time, we don't send people them back for Camp Sierra Leone, for Camp solicit for can take money for go. Believing that
so
we're going to qualify.
So the money been go it's left on a road.
No, money not go left in a road.
So but you
but
say
let me explain that part. Let me
explain
explain that part for you to understand properly. When the government of Sierra Leone they make budget, it's in stratas by phases. The first phase, now this. We wanna qualify, now this. But because the banking situation at Cameroon so messed up, they know they give US dollars. Now then safer than they give, we decided to send minister send the executive director and the accountant for come back na salon. So within the 10 days in making preparations, we lost to Equatorial Guinea. So now the guys didn't have to come back. We have to make another arrangement for settle.
But this way they explain. So one concern we be the come from the people we go now the issue of communicating to them waiting exactly the happen. For some we the hotel we na noble bon apprise we then be hotel being locked. Say they not been waiting make the hotel lock and nobody not been there for communicates to them. Going further, waiting the FA don't learn in terms of organizations and taking people out, going to places like this and keeping them in touch to waiting exactly the happen.
Well, going further, you know, if I answer the right way, people will not like it. But the honest truth is, maybe before you take people out of your country, you get for educate them properly, or you get for sensitize them as to waiting and go meet forward. Because, like I said in my opening statement, you no need for be a rocket scientist for no say, if I don't book hotel for this time to this time, if the time done, now automated system, the hotel get for lock. And realistically speaking, you been did it. By the time we dey get the information, I say, yeah, don't local, we dey call the service provider, say, we get problem here and that. They go tell you, say, okay, I didn't at this other hotel. After I done at this hotel, at the good day. So it takes time. And one experience we sometimes are for talk now for many people to understand. We are too quick to go to social media for the wrong reasons. Considering all waiting we do for salon people. Some few people all waiting, then decide for payback. Now for say, hey, we're not satisfied.
So now we look at different sets of people we being go with the team. We get different set of delegation. We get under the Minister of Sports. We get under the FA. We get Babadi, some people we go with. We get Africell, we get Orange. Everybody now Leone start and go support, but in different delegations. How would have been conclude for putting people here in one team, and would have been the coordinate the payment of them on here so, and would have been the collect?
Well, this is exactly what I'm saying. We hire Sport Plus as a consultant. Ministry hire Sport Plus. Africell, BBDO, everybody hired Sport Plus. So it was under one umbrella, but the payments, they come separately.
So this Sport Plus, because Africell carry people and go.
Sport
and
Plus.
Some individual again carry
Sport
people
Plus.
and go, then pay to Sport Plus for the air ticket.
Right.
And government charter a flight.
Right.
For where them people are on board. So that ticket money they way Sport Plus will collect from Africell and other individuals that will sponsor certain people and for go. Sport Plus give them ticket money to government.
No, why Sport Plus not get for Guy than they?
When a government charter the flight.
No, the chartered procedures again it can vary, and that's what people have to understand. When you go make an arrangement as a businessman, going into a football tournament like this, you don't check your expenditure. You order a plane. We get so much seater plane. When government the charter the plane, they wanted this amount of seats in the plane. That was what they called for. And then Sport Plus also say, okay, we have get this amount of people. So it's really two different type of agreement. Let me explain that, because then they're very sensitive. I don't agree people and they ask of this. If government, for example, don't call for a plane when 142 seater plane, and then Sport Plus say, okay, we they pay $1,500, but we all can go together. So instead of 142 seater plane, let it be 200 seater plane. That part of the arrangement is the arrangement. This is business. What was so pertinent is we all went to Cameroon, we all came back, we all had accommodation, we all had feeding.
For clarity's sake, everybody pay halfway of the seat of individuals that will occupy the flight. Because if they're individually, if we sell care people or then sponsor, individuals and care people or then sponsor, but all them people are they on board the chartered flights by government. So then people are then ticket money they also go. That's not the question I try for ask you.
For clarity's sake, and the answer then they were to give. The FA had people. Ministry of Sport had people. Africell, Commercial Bank, BBD, and all of them went through Sport Plus. Sport Plus was going to buy their own ticket to fly out. In fact, now 2 chartered planes we didn't get. We had the first chartered plane, we play them in technical teams. And then the other chartered plane was to take supporters. We had called for a 140-seater plane or so. And then Sport Plus said, okay, we have this amount of people. For charter plane, not only for charter pura. Now seats, now you want to pay for. So if government of Sierra Leone don't pay for this amount of seats, another person they come say, okay, it's the same Sierra Leone delegation, we can pay for our own seats. It's charter. Charter is charter. That's how we went.
So now look at another issue we been rise up, the issue of the food. We then say them be the key. Different people at different hotels them would have been they provide this food and would have been responsible for this food.
We provided food as an FA. The Ministry
Is it
of Sports,
part of the budget?
No, I'm coming. And let me explain this part again for people to understand clearly. When me they carry people and go from the FA, I wrote a letter and said, we no get allowance, we no get bonus. But because of the too much pressure we be come on we, everybody said, we dey come regardless. Alek una no give we money, we no give we nothing, we want come. We said, okay. If una dey come, we dey give una accommodation, we dey care una go. But when we got to Cameroon, before we left here, I quickly realized that Cameroon is very expensive. And that within the 10 and another 1-2 days, we go take before we begin get the salon food, where people can go able to eat, we for put some money in their pocket. So the FA, we decided, okay, we give everybody $400 in their pocket. When we go to the next stage, we go get another $400. And when we go to the next stage, we go. So that was how we arrange our own package. Ministry then they arrange their own package differently. Sport Plus, of course, now a private consultant. That's not what I'm going into. But I tell you authoritatively, say the second day when we got to Douala, ministry give them people their money. We give people their money. And then the second day they started cooking. In fact, a cassava leaf and then cook.
All right, Mr. Minister, now we come now and talk about the funds where the Ministry of Finance. We will see outside them pull a press release, outside they announce say they don't disburse but 48.3 billion to the National Sports Authority. Inside they then also tell the public say this now for mobilization and preparation for the African Nations Cup. And this morning, now one way many Sierra Leoneans on they ask questions, say the people are always involved into the preparation and participation na the African Nations Cup for come out to the public and give account as to how una be able to spend this money, waiting be left, and if the remaining one waiting una plan for the winter.
Thank you, Khadija. Honestly, if you really want to know how finances were dispersed, I think say for don't count to accountant now. For can explain to the people. Besides, of course, we are accountable to the people, but as a minister, I play an oversight role. If you really want to know, because we not care for discuss anything about finances. I think say if me come and for come discuss waiting on present to we as waiting at the way forward for the national team. Since we don't go get a new experience, how we can sit down and strategize and get a roadmap for see how best, because mind you, March we get preliminaries the way they start, but thank God Sierra Leone don't qualify for the group stage automatically. We not get for go into that preliminary stages then again. Now June now we wait for now going to group stage. That will start the campaign for qualify for the next Nations Cup. But in terms of finances, I no care for discuss about finance, and I know I'm getting wrong. So now that make, if really you want for nobody finances, I think you get for invite the accountant for Canada program and can tell una and brief una really how we go about them.
So the FA president want to talk about, because the FA can write a budget to the Ministry of Finance on the players them, and then can handle some of the issues there. So in terms of the finances, the FA president or from the Salon Football Association, how much exactly una receive as an FA, and how much una spend on the welfare of the players and the delegation?
Well, you know they say almost we receive as an FA and almost we spend. This is not a line budget. And it's also very important for make the people of Sierra Leone know, say, after we don't run the kind of activities there, we come, you're accountable, you get for retire the finances. Waiting then give you, waiting you spend with justification. That is key. They're not just a give you money, you go, you come, then you sit down. The minister not going to be able to answer that question there, because fear enough not to in the dispense, now oversight rule in the perform. But like I said, when the FA send the budget, the FA they send the budget, the NSA they supervise, not then they dispense, but they get a budget line where they go by. And like who don't cancel, all written we go pass, we get for retire to government. Then they look into them and say, okay, who say they're not satisfied, They will call and say, "Una come explain."
Una get for retire their money, then they back to government. But looking at this huge amount of money where government say then disburse for this particular tournament, another issue again will be come up now the quality of vest them where the salon player then be used for go represent salon now this tournament. Now one will be a concern looking at the kind of money where government puts into the tournament. Why players then they get such kinds of standard vest them?
No, it wasn't substandard at all. Make an answer to that. Make people understand again. It not be substandard. Like I said, we had jerseys we Umbro for send from South Africa and from Turkey. We don't run beyond time. The time we government agree for give we some money, we be there beyond time. So the jersey they will be get now, not being get numbering at them back and names. So we decided to use somebody to do it. The person back be there under pressure because the team before left for go. So by the time the real jerseys then reach now, the team had already did Douala for inspections. Now we could be get for change the jersey them to the other one them we will cargo. The jersey, the quality of the jerseys remain the same. Now the printing, now we get the issue. Because for example, if I give
so you accept say it should be there.
Of course, I went to social media, I accepted and took responsibility, and then I said that is going to be corrected forthwith. Because the jersey they move for don't go with at that time will not be get the funds on time. And it took some time for make DHL deliver them. That was a problem.
That Ibrahim, I continue for the with you inside the program. I come to the minister again, Minister of Sports, Ibrahim Elenke. Earlier you talk about the 2023 Nations Cup qualifying. We go start inside June and the draw will be inside March. What is the status of we national stadium ahead of these competitions and this qualifying?
Okay, thank you very much. Of course, this is not a secret. Say we national stadium, they're under renovation now. As they speak now, the Chinese entourage engineers, they're all there now. Of course, February 25th, we get a groundbreaking ceremony. We say we get big personalities there for they make a statement, because this renovation where they can take place, I feel say now the best of its kind. It's like, you know, building a new stadium. Only the difference they not go broke, but the way when they come facelift them, it's like a brand new stadium, because every sector, every facet of that stadium they get for benefit, get a unique structure. Of course, we stadium we get for the out of use for approximately maybe 2 years. Now then go for take for done the stadium for renovating. So we qualifying stage, of course, we get every countries them, not only no more other countries than can face. It's like we then ban your stadium, you seek another, you know, neighboring country where you stadium day. We comfortable for use. You can go ask you exercise it and day. So it's like that. We stadium get for the out.
Open to qualify for the 2023 Nations Cup, and talking about playing qualifiers in neighboring countries. Experience na Guinea now one way somebody no go gladly for the playing in neighboring countries qualifying, especially when they play against francophone countries, in anglophone or francophone countries rather, in another francophone country, like what happened against Benin.
No, of course, you know, that match was a deadly match in the sense Benin be won that game, Salon be won that game. So you expect that tension there. Of course, me not will predict how the group get for look like, the USA will get for fall. But I can tell you authoritatively, you know, any somebody where they in right senses go know say that match where we go na Guinea, all the challenges all go face the, you go really know say na be match we been get tension. Everybody be need that match day. So unlike this qualifier, they can't do so. We get Liberia, Denia, we get Guinea, we can even use Gambia, we can use it left to the FA, because federation, na international federation, they talk to the local federation there, then they talk to government. So the stadium business, we for decide for go play, we matches them. I think now the FA and get for determine that, not even the government. We as a government, we always they support and make sure say things go right.
Coming back from the Nations Cup, the qualifying they start inside June, draw they be inside March. what in the government they put in place now ahead of this qualifying for make the country no go sit down again some 20 years again before them qualify, or some 5, 6, 7, 8 years?
Of course, you see what we do now for this Nations Cup, right? As a government. So I don't tell you, we as a government, we always prepared. You know, this is just the beginning. If I can quote from the president in tweet. Now, just the beginning. We as a government, of course, everybody asks more picking self now this country, but there is a government is always committed for support sport now this country. We are set. That's why we get a federation self in federation we really they work, they don't try. I can commend it for that. I commend the president within they don't try. You see, but anything we they do, Musa, you know, you get challenges. Honestly, I tell you, if you don't prepare for over years, the day where they take up that responsibility, they must facing small challenges.
Now come
You
to
see?
the president of the FA from the FA angle, talking about preparation, the way forward for the national team, as this now international exposure, the players they don't go get, waiting on go put in place now that I don't come back.
Well, it's going to start with our local leagues. For make you be successful in international tournaments, you first get a very strong league back home. So I'm going to plead with the minister. We all know say them being approved boku money. Those monies were to be dispensed by stratas. Yes.
For the Nations Cup, you mean?
The Nations Cup. Now that the Nations Cup, we don't come out. I don't care for say we don't come out. They pay me for no say I don't come out. But the honest truth is we don't come out. Although it was a heroic exit. Me tomorrow or today go try for sit down with the minister and put a plan in place. Make them give me some of that money. Salon get beaucoup thing for do with money. But if they are ready to part with 48 billion, we can, I know the president of this country we now have, I know the minister we are dealing with, we should be able to ask them kindly for $200,000-300,000, the 3 billion euros, which we could do with Dandy. Then they can stop for playing a stadium. Quickly, we will make a quick fix. Na parade. We will able to upgrade bow. We will able to upgrade the other pitch.
Sugar Mini Stadium.
Na East End. So at least we get some place for play. Then, of course, we are going to do some post-mortem as to where we got it right, where we got it wrong.
Doing a post-mortem now, so where you get it wrong or where you get it right, look at the technical aspect of the game. Is the FA looking at John Kista and technical team to continue, or will they look for another option?
What did John Kista do bad? If I may ask. I'm just asking. Anyways, like I said, some of them after we get the feedback, government of Sierra Leone don't put money. The FA don't put effort. We get 14 men in the technical team. This morning we're going to ask them to give a report as to which they think and the way forward. We are going to write to all players for giving the overview as a way of trying to actually see what we did that was good, what we did that was wrong, and the way forward.
Okay.
Now, an appraisal process. This process now will determine waiting we for do going forward.
All right. Thank you very much, Thomas Dadibwema, the president for the Salon Football Association, and also we get Ibrahim Yelenke, the Minister of Sports. Then we do to in the studio the updates. But waiting be happen at Cameroon, the same way Leone Stars will take part in the African Nations Cup tournament with the carry on now in Cameroon. And self then talk about the plans them we then get for the national team going forward. Now they end the program. Good morning, Salon for today on edition.